And I was like, what? Like, no, that's crazy. We're not going that route. And I thought about it and I thought about it and I just realized how many people were hurt, even
Mm-hmm.
though it was like a passive hurt, right? Like you're hurt by something that's like, so old and stale, but it's just been elevated and the words bring up like the pain that you've experienced as a marginalized person. And to this day, like I have people who think that it was a mistake for us to spend time apologizing, but for me, I still believe that the apologies that we did and the public conversation we had are the reason that I still have those relationships today. You know what I mean? Like had I just been like, I'm not acknowledging this. This is the mayor trying to make me look bad, and if you fall for it, it's your bad. It might have died down, but I would have ended that campaign the without the support and allyship that I have today. So now I'm back marching in the streets and that cachet is still there. And it's funny that in politics, that's looked at as a mistake, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, yo, shout out to Mayor Jim Strickland for just being a complete and total neoliberal ass clown. Um, but like much, much, much louder shout out to you for just like doing the right thing there and like showing who you are and having integrity, like who among us haven't like made a mistake, especially when we were young and had a public platform for the first time. Twitter was the wild, wild west back when you joined it and people were, like doing things like figuring out that there's more like kingdoms for organisms than just like animals and plants. So like we've come a long way in science and technology since then.
I mean, that was always, my thing. Like, how I was like in 2008 and 9, Twitter was the Wild Wild West. Nobody knew what that thing was. It was like, ooh, what's this cool thing that we're sitting on tweeting? What's a tweet? And it ended up being like an archive of your hungover thoughts. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, thank God I'm a late adopter and I just now got like hip to this so that I like
right.
know to kind of be like a little bit, measured in what I say. Cause like the stuff that was coming out of my mouth in 2008 and 2009, it was actually it's not that different than when comes out of my mouth now. So, but I take your point. I take your point.
Oh man, we are a good almost 5 minutes over what the average show is. We will definitely do this again as promised. You are not about. I'm gonna let y'all know though. Whenever Marcus is out with me, about once a year he pops up like with me somewhere. Ebony 100, shameless plug. Kicking it at the Beverly Hilton, shameless plug.
I was
You
the Ebony 101.
he was they were like, oh, okay, what category were you in? Best little brother. But so my friends are always like, dang, that's your brother, he's fine. And then he is crazy. I waking up in the Beverly Hilton to him having an argument on my balcony about like politics at 2 a.m. And I'm gonna say Beverly Hilton one more time. And but so you will
No,
definitely
me exactly 1 minute into any conversation. Fuck Ronald Reagan. Me 2 minutes in, and that's why you should support communism. So
and the third minute is, I mean, he cute, but your brother crazy. It feels so good to hear you laugh though, even when we were prepping, just like I'm just so glad to hear you laugh. And I won't get emo, but you know how much I love you, and this is fun. And
no, this has been good. This is self care. This is church. Like I've felt like, I mean, Tami, you follow me. I don't know if any of your followers are gonna follow me. Shout out to your boy Lil Thotty.
I
But
mean, I don't think that anybody who's listening to this will know. Can you at least spell your Hood Rich handle for them? That would be
it's Lil Thotty, LilThoughy. Like that kind of thought. Um, but yeah, I know you've been seeing the stories and stuff. I've been like totally like brain addled by the time I get home from the protests at night, just like experiencing all this like state sponsored terrorism. Call it what it is. Y'all brought the tactics that you exported from the homeland to the territories back to the homeland. Call it what it is. State sponsored terrorism.
that's what it is.
So like, yeah, this is church. It's been good to hear you laugh as well. So
I haven't laughed this much in a while. I mean, I think both of us have been out on the streets for a few days now, and it's good to act like nothing's happening outside and just laugh with you. As we're wrapping, I want to shout out all of our family because God, we're gonna hear why'd y'all do that? Well, we couldn't be part of that. That would be my impression of our older brother. You gonna let me? Oh, I can't be on your show. No.
yo,
And then
shout out to Mike Hooks Jr. It's all world, baby.
all world. And we definitely got a shout out
To our little sister.
our big little sister, Kristen, who listens to this. I know, Miss Chris. We love you. We love you both. And to our two sets of parents, we didn't even get to talk about like our black ass family and how we're actually siblings, not siblings, but not siblings, but fuck it, we siblings. And
Yeah, we're like real life, like Black Council of Dads, minus all the neoliberal austerity politics.
right. My two dads. My two dads, two moms. And we'll, next time he's on, we'll give you the family tree, but it's all love. And this is one of those memorable moments. And thanks for playing with us, y'all. Lasting a little longer. If anybody wants to give us a show, we could be like Desus and Mary, or what? Deuces? I can never say it. Is it Desus like Jesus?
It's Jesus like thesis.
Oh, okay. So Desus and Mero. So we'll be like the
Because you see, it's like a thesis, but it's like ordained by the dominion of God. That's in Deuteronomy and Numbers. You see, open your third eye.
my third eye is so close. So like we would be like the black bougie Southern Politico Desus and Mero, if anyone's interested. But I'm not letting him take over my show. So it'll be like 6 weeks before you hear from him again. Marcus, last word. What do you want to say to the people before we go?
I just want y'all to hear this lighter flick.
Okay. All right. Thanks for listening again. We'll be here next week. I will be here next week. It has been an amazing episode of Black Steel Magnolia. And now that I've said that, we have to shout out our moms because Black Steel Magnolia. Shout out to my mom, Gladys, Marcus's mom, Janet. Thank you for being moms to us both at the same time. We love y'all. Yeah. And
shout out.
Bang, bang. Gang, gang, gang. I don't know. I might take that part out. Bye. Bye. Bye, y'all. We'll see you next week. Stay black. And if you're not black, stay an ally and really make that word mean something. Let's use this opportunity of the moment we are in to actively disrupt the power structures that oppress Black and Latinx and Indigenous people in this country. 2020 can be a time for us to say no more. We cannot go back to business as usual. Marcus and I have put both of our feet on the ground, him on the West Coast, me in the South. We're fighting for change every day, just like thousands of people in this country, hundreds of thousands of people in country. So if you're listening to this episode, I recommend you take action this week. Support the bail fund in your city or your county or your state. Make sure that you are following the actions of the people who are leading this moment. Those are Black organizations, maybe your official Black Lives Matters chapter. Maybe it's if you're in Florida, it's Dream Defenders, but just making sure that you are following Black organizers, not giving in to talking about destruction that's being shown, but actually realizing that for every time they show you destruction on the news, that there have been 99% of the time out there, people are really out there to lift up their voices and finally try to be heard in a system that chooses to silence them. And so make sure that y'all are voting. Elections are starting to take place for primaries. This week we had 7 elections on this Tuesday, and next week we'll have even more. Pennsylvania votes next week, and many others. And so y'all do your census, as I say every week, vote, donate to bail funds, read, write, do it all. Let's make change in this country. This is Black Still Magnolia. We'll see you next week. And before I go, never forget, Black Lives Matter. Peace. We Can't Wait, the Black Still Magnolia theme song, is produced by I Make Mad Beats and performed by Cameron Bethany.